UFC Fight Night London, Murphy versus Evloev just wrapped up, and I thought Lerone Murphy won. Or at the very least, a draw. I'll say that. I thought it was a draw, right? I had it 47-47, and it was such a weird fight, man. Like, I was so close to getting my prediction correct. But anyway, let's get into the fight, because in the first two rounds, Movsar Evloev was only striking, purely striking from Movsar, which is not his usual game. He was having some success, but Lerone Murphy was getting the better of it. And the third round, I feel like it was Movsar's. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Movsar was landing the bigger shots on the feet. I thought Lerone Murphy got the first two rounds, and then in the fourth round, either the third or the fourth, Lerone Murphy pops his hip. It was just a weird situation overall. Um, man, man, I don't know. It's weird. Like, Lerone Murphy was doing very well to get up, but his takedown defense was non-existent. And Movsar Evloev didn't really start shooting until the third round. And in the fourth round, he took over post hip hop. I don't wanna say that Lerone Murphy's hip popping was the reason Movsar Evloev won, because I think he looked like the better fighter in there, to be honest. I just thought it was a weird game plan to go in and not strike or not grapple for the first two rounds. And a point gets deducted in the fourth round for the second cup shot to Movsar Evloev, and honestly, or to Lerone Murphy. And honestly, I don't know. That's, to me, seeing as how they usually officiate fights, that was quick. That was quick to take a point. And it was looking like everything was in Lerone Murphy's favor to get that judge's nod, right? And then Movsar's starting to put belt to ass in the fourth and fifth. And when the scorecards are read, I'm thinking 48-46. Oh, man. It's going to be Lerone Murphy. 48-46, Lerone Murphy. 47-47. Majority decision. Congratulations, Lerone Murphy. You're fighting Alexander Volkanovski. No. Movsar Evloev. What? I thought he clearly won the first two rounds. They were competitive, sure, but I don't think it was so close to where you could debate an Evloev round. Like, I'm salty, obviously, right? Because I picked Lerone Murphy as the underdog, and I wanted to get that pick right, and I was so close, man. But Movsar did look like the better fighter out there. I wouldn't be as mad about it if Movsar just came in and went straight to the grappling, but I don't know. It was weird the way he approached the fight. But I don't understand how the judges can see 48-45. Like, how two human beings can see 48-46 after a point has been taken. That's so weird. I had it a draw. That's my opinion. We'll move on to the co-main event. Luke Riley. Competitive first round. Very competitive first round. I thought Michael Aswell could have gotten it, but Luke Riley did crack him a few times. And then, man, the body shots from Luke Riley. He throws with power, man. This guy throws hard. And those body shots were adding up on Michael Aswell. And he was starting to fade late. I honestly thought Luke Riley was going to get a finish, but Michael Aswell has a brick for a head, man. That guy has a crazy chin. And he's pretty good. He's pretty good himself. Trains with Joshua Van, my GOAT. So he has to be somewhat decent. But good performance from Luke Riley overall. And I think this guy could do well in the division. Maybe some cool KOs in the future. Just the vision I'm feeling. Speaking of cool KOs, well, not Michael Page. Not Michael Page at all. The worst performance I've ever seen from him. And I'm not going to just pin this all on Michael Page. Sam Patterson looked like shit too. Neither of them wanted to fight. And Michael Page, oh my gosh. When he was walking out of the octagon after the fight, he said it's hard. It's hard to engage when no one wants to engage. It's hard to fight someone that doesn't want to fight. Bro, you're the one that doesn't want to fight. If everyone doesn't want to fight, the if you're in fights that are constantly boring and no one engages, what's the common denominator? You. You. Like, oh my gosh, I'm a fan of Michael Page, which is why this sucks so much. It's like the past few fights, if he's not like completely dominating someone that's just walking forward mindlessly, Jared Cannonier, then he's just doing nothing, man. Nothing. And I remember when he first entered the UFC, we were talking about Wonder Boy versus Michael Page. Bro, that would have been one of the worst fights of all time. Michael Page is a boring counter striker when he's not having his way. And to be honest, even when he's having his way, he was winning this fight clearly off of landing like 2 to 3 strikes around. What are the numbers? No way he landed 27. That's got to be like all in the third round. Man, it was just disappointing to see, especially for my personality and a guy who has some insane athletic traits in Michael Page. And it sucks for Sam Patterson too. This man was on a 4-fight first round finish streak, and he landed 12 significant strikes on Michael Page in 15 minutes. Like what? What, man? I don't know. I don't know where Michael Page goes from here. I think this is probably the worst thing that could have happened for him, besides losing, obviously. I thought he had a good path at middleweight, and then they moved him down to welterweight off some bullshit, and then now he's kind of stuck again. It's like, who do they give him? Like an older name? I don't know. I don't know. Iwo Baraneski versus Austin Lane. I predicted a first minute KO from Iwo Baraneski, and he did it in the first 28 seconds. Austin Lane, I feel bad for him, man, because he's not UFC caliber, but they keep putting him in these dangerous matchups, and it's hard because he's trying, man. This guy's like 6'5". He cut down to light heavyweight and just gets flatlined in 28 seconds, and he's about to get cut. Iwo Baraneski, I can't really take anything away from this because I feel like I could have named 20 fighters in the light heavyweight division that could have done that to Austin Lane. But he did look good. I like his aggressiveness and I like his style. Obviously, his fight in the Contender Series was incredible. Incredible. So that's really what I base his skill off of. This showed me nothing, to be honest, but it did give him a bonus. So congratulations to Iwo Baraneski on the KO. Roman Dolidze versus Christian Leroy Duncan. Roman Dolidze gave CLD a lot more problems than I expected, especially with the grappling. He was sticky on the back. He was doing pretty well, but on the feet, he just looked like a snail, man. Looked like a snail. CLD was constantly landing the bigger shots, hurting Roman Dolidze a few times. It was a weird situation because a lot of times when CLD would hurt Roman Dolidze, he would kind of like fall slash takedown. So it does not count as a knockdown, but it was like a mix between a knockdown and a takedown like every time. And I think it was like a takedown attempt, but I just think it was so shit that it looked like he just fell down. But CLD, decent performance. I would like to see improvements in the grappling. But Roman Dolidze is a good jiu-jitsu guy. He is sticky on the ground, so I don't really see anyone. Damn, like I don't know many other guys in the division that could really. Oh, I mean, yeah. If CLD went up against a guy like Fluffy, I feel like he would get ragdolled. That's where his grappling's at right now. I don't think it's awful, but I would like to see some better get ups from him at least. But on the feet, he looks incredible. He looks crazy powerful, crazy athletic. I hope this guy goes far. And he's on the right track. This is his first time inside the top 12, I believe. So congrats to him. Curtis Campbell versus Danny Silva. Man, I thought Curtis Campbell won the first round. Looked really strong on the ground. Looked really good in the back. Got it fast too. Got the back fast. But in that second round, Danny Silva. Oh my goodness. I believe it was a left body hook into right overhand combo. Clocks Curtis Campbell. Pink Panther goes down. Um, it sucks to see because this was one of the UK's biggest prospects, and Danny Silva is kind of just like a guy floating around the division. But I think Danny Silva is very good. I think he's very good. Um, Maybe stopped a little prematurely, but Curtis Campbell was just bouncing up and down, getting knocked down, and bouncing right back up. So I see why they stopped it. I'm not mad at the stoppage. I don't think he would have recovered from that, to be honest. A lot of the UK guys, man, a lot of the UK guys on this card got beat up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Moving down to the prelims, Mason Jones versus Axel Sola. Axel Sola hurts Mason Jones early, And in classic Mason Jones fashion, as I predicted, just starts to wear on Axel Sola, just pushing forward, putting belt to ass. He could have got, it was close, man. I feel like it was close to being finished. Not like Axel Sola was like out or anything, but Mason Jones was starting to heat the fuck up, and he beat the shit out of Axel Sola in the second half of the second round and the third round. So yeah, crazy performance. Should be fight of the night. Both guys deserve 100K. Crazy tough performance. Best fight on the card by far. Moving down, Nathaniel Wood versus Lucien Kita. Lucien Kita is not very technical in the feet at all. And against a guy like Nathaniel Wood with sound defense, sound offense, and good footwork, it's kind of hard to land that big shot consistently. And we saw that in this bout. Nathaniel Wood looked good on the feet, just picking him apart. Lucien Kita did land big shots, and he didn't look bad whatsoever. He just looked raw. He looked raw. His his boxing wasn't tight. He had a wide guard and couldn't really get anything consistent going. Didn't really have any feints working for him. Wasn't really. It was kind of just like the game plan was just to knock the other dude out. It wasn't to set something up and then land something big. It was kind of just he wanted to go in there and knock out Nathaniel Wood, which a lot of people, including myself, predicted that he would. And I was so close to predicting Nathaniel Wood. Listen, I predicted Lucien Keita. I will take the L on this one, but I was so close, man. I was so close. I wanted to so bad, man. Fuck. Damn it. I predicted Nathaniel Wood against his last opponent as well. But Lucien Keita just has been so dangerous on the regional scene. But good performance from Nathaniel Wood. Give him a ranked opponent next for sure. For sure. Biggest win of his career, in my opinion. Mario Pinto versus Felipe Franco. This is disappointing. I don't know. Mario Pinto wins off of volume and control time after losing the first round against a guy like Felipe Franco, which he's not terrible, but it's like I expect more from Mario Pinto. I have high expectations for him. So, I mean, I don't really take anything away from this. Cool win for Mario Pinto. Up next, I don't even want to talk about this fight too much. Montes Contradevicius versus Antonio Tricoli. These guys suck. These guys suck, man. These guys are ass. And Antonio Tricoli is especially ass. He's been ass, and he always will be ass. But holy shit. And Montas didn't look good either, especially on the ground. Bro, these grappling exchanges were so slow. You would think it was just heavyweights. Awful fight. Cool win for Montas. Moving down on the card. Louis Sutherland versus the Balkan Bear, Brando Pericic. The Bear, man, destroys him. Destroys him in the first minute. Just bulldozed him. I kind of wanted to see like a cleaner KO. Like, I don't know. Louis Sutherland, you are a steroid cheat. You are. I'm sorry. You are. I want to see Brando Pericic just get a clean KO on the feet. But he ended up hurting Louis Sutherland. Louis Sutherland crumbled, and Brando Pericic ended up finishing the fight with a ground and pound. Moving down on the card. Oh, yeah. Balkan Bear, performance bonus. I think you deserve it. Quick KO. Shamrock versus Abdul Karim Al Sawadi. This was like the fastest way to lose a fan. I mean, not a crazy fight. Abdul Karim Al Sawadi kind of just did more in every round than Shamrock. And at the end of the fight, after the bell, Shamrock says something to Al Sawadi, and then Al Sawadi says, "Fuck you, man." And then Shamrock gives him a little like back fist punch, a punch after the bell, which if you remember, they cut Paul Daly for that. So and you're already on a losing streak. I don't know if they keep Shamrock after this. He's cool outside of the cage and entertaining with his social media or whatever, but So weird and talking so much shit during the build up. And I get it. I was rooting for Shamrock in this fight. I wanted him to win. But if you talk like that, man, you gotta back it up and don't be a sore loser afterwards. Um, Abdul Kareem Al Sawadi, after he got hit after the bell, he threw a mean one too, almost knocked Mark Goddard out or whoever was the ref. But yeah, man, decent performance from Abdul Kareem Al Sawadi. Cut Shamrock. He's not UFC caliber. Moving to the first fight on the card, Chanel Dyer versus Ravine Oliveira. This was cool to see. It's cool to see a WMMA fighter with power, and she has a little bit of it. I don't think Ravine Oliveira is good. I also don't believe Chanel Dyer is that good, but cool to get a finish to start off the night. Overall, I feel like this card was like a 3 out of 10. To be honest, this card kind of sucked. Other than the main event was cool. The Nathaniel Wood Lucien Keita fight was all right, and Mason Jones Axel Solo was fucking brutal, man. Mason Jones is a dog, one of my favorite fighters in the sport right now. And yeah, good one from Danny Silva as well. So you know what? We'll bump it up to a 4. We'll give it a 4. Decent fight. Decent. No, I'm not gonna say decent card. It was a mid card. This was disappointing, but hey, those are my thoughts, and that's my breakdown. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.